What's up everyone? Welcome to Yogi Bud's Fitness 30-Day Yoga Challenge. So we are now in our day 23 of the practice and still on the inversion asana or flow. And for today's practice, we'll be doing plow poses. So lots of variations of the plow. So we'll be doing some exercises or stretches for the shoulders to increase its strength and range of motion before we do the inversion poses. So again, no inversions if you have some concerns or issues on your neck, or if you have high blood pressure or problems on your eyes like glaucoma, or for the ladies if you have your monthly period, then no inversions. You can still do the practice but avoid the inversion part.
I'm alone, I'm a broken home. I gave you all the bricks that I own and know. I'm letting go, I'm breaking these walls down, breaking these walls down. If you want adventure, then fly to home. But if you want to travel, then go alone. Yeah, what's the point in us if I'm
To start the practice, let's sit down on the floor. So find your most comfortable sitting pose. Again, you just sit upright. And then we'll just loosen out your shoulders for a moment. You bring the shoulders up to your ears, then squeeze your shoulder blades in and then down away from the neck. So repeat that for 4 more rounds. So just circle your arms or the shoulders up and down. So take 2 more cycles. Really squeezing your shoulders, opening your chest. And then reverse, you move your shoulders up, forward and down. Again, shoulders up. As you move it forward, expand your back body. So 3 more rounds. Again, just notice the flow of your breath. And just keep it slow and deep as you move your shoulders. And then swing your hands up over the head. You inhale. Lift the ribs and elongate the side body. On your exhale, hands down. So 2 more rounds. Inhale, reach the arms up. Elongate and lengthen. Exhale, hands down. Last one, inhale. And exhale, release. Now extend your left hand or the right hand up over the head. And then you turn your arm bone backward and move your hand or bend the elbow, reaching the mid-back and bend towards the left side. So pushing the elbow, the right elbow towards your head. So stretching the right side body. Again, back to the center. Release your right hand on the floor. Bring the left arm up, turn your palm backward or externally rotate your arm bone. Then bend your elbow, slide your left hand down to the floor. So feeling the hip, your lats, or the entire left side body. Coming up to the center, reach the arm up and bring it down. So now extend your arms forward and then you hold your right arm with your left elbow and pull your arm toward your chest until you feel the deltoids stretching, also the back body. So draw or flex your chest to move your arm closer. Now release, extend your arms forward, do the same thing on the opposite arm. You pull the left and keep your elbow straight as you pull the arm close to your chest. And then release. Now cactus arms here, bending the elbows. On your inhale, you externally rotate your arm bones, lifting the chest, squeezing your shoulders inward. On your exhale, you extend your hands forward, rounding the spine, belly in, chin to your chest. Again, inhale, cactus arms, rotating your arm bones outward, open up your chest. Exhale, stretch the hands forward, expand your shoulder blades apart. 2 more rounds. Inhale, squeeze your back body, arm bones rolling out. Exhale, stretch the hands forward, draw your navel in. And the final set, inhale, bending the elbows, rolling the arm bones back, ribs up. Exhale, navel in, round the spine. Good. Now straighten your spine and go to your all fours. Take your palms on the floor and the knees below the hip. Again, to add more mobility on your shoulders and the rest of the spine, we'll do few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, press your belly or flex the hip. Roll the hip bone forward, lift the chest and extend the chin up. Exhale, look down, chin to your chest, push the floor, hunch your back, navel in. So 3 more reps. Inhale, roll the hip bone over the thighs as you flex the back. Exhale, chin down, push the floor and round the spine. 2 more rounds. Inhale, open your chest, activate the back. Exhale, push the floor, abdomen in. Last one. Inhale, flex the hip, look forward. Exhale, rounding the spine. Make the spine neutral, elongate the upper body, navel in, and then tuck your toes. Bring the hip backward and up to your first inversion pose, the down dog. So you can micro bend the knees for a moment and push the palms to move your shoulders and the hip up. And then from here, see that your feet are as wide as the hip, palms, shoulder width apart, rotating your arm bones outward, the thigh bones in. Now you can straighten your right leg, pressing the heel down as you bend more on the left leg. Straighten your left leg as you fold your right leg, pressing down through the left heel bone. One more time. Inhale, ground your right heel, bend the left. Exhale, extend the left, bend your right. And then straighten both legs, pulling the hip, go forward to your plank, straighten your whole body, then again roll up and back to your down dog. Inhale, roll forward to your plank. You can readjust the hands shoulder width or below the shoulders. Exhale, going back to down dog. Last one. Inhale, roll your spine forward to plank, activating your core. Exhale, roll back to down dog, activating your hip. And then walk forward. So moving to the top of the mat. You extend the spine. Inhale, make more length. And exhale, squeeze your front thighs and let the head fall. Inhale, come up with your spine long, reach the arms up. Then exhale, hands down to your sides, relaxed and just breathe normally. So standing on top of the mat, I forgot to tell you a while back, you need a strap here. So take a strap. Just set the strap on the side of your mat. So bring the arms over the head, inhale. Then exhale, you side bend to your right, stretching the left side of your body. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Then exhale, lean towards the left. Inhale, back to the midline on your exhale, hands down, take a rest. Now bring the right arm up, turn the palm backward, bending the elbow. And then extend the left hand out, turn your thumb down, bend the elbow. See if you can have your fingers together. If you have limitations on your shoulders, you can just hold your shirt or you can use the strap. So you have your own option, strap, shirt, or you can have your grip on your fingers. Now keeping the spine straight, continue lifting or broadening the chest. Inhale. On the exhale, you bend forward. So hinge from the hip, continue pushing your elbows or the hand down on the floor, and keep lengthening the spine by activating the back muscles. Look forward, lift the chest, bending the legs, and then stepping the left leg backward to your high lunge. Lifting the chest and bend backward. Continue sinking the hip as you arch the spine. Breathe normally. Again, don't jump the lower back as you do this pose. On your exhale, return to the center, extend both legs and step that left foot halfway, not halfway, an inch or two forward and turn the left hip bone forward until you balance the sides of your waist. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, still keeping your spine long, just hinge from the right hip. Bend parallel to the floor or you can go all the way down. Maybe head touching the shin, but again, no force. Not too much pressure on the back or any part of the body. Continue going down as long as there's still space. And then release, lifting the chest up. Rebend your right leg 90 degrees, readjust that left foot backward. So shift the foot out but not the hip. Letting go of your strap. Then extending your arms over the head. You inhale and you exhale. Keep lengthening the spine as you maintain the hip. Rotate your left arm bone out and then down as you bend backward. Then as you exhale, hands up, and then take your palms to prayer pose and twist to your right as you cross your left elbow against your right thigh and push your palms down to your chest. Coming back up again on the inhale, just maintain your legs. Swing the arms or the left hand down, bring the right hand up and arch backward. Exhaling, go to your twist, spinal twist to the right, cross the left elbow against your right thigh, pushing the thumbs down to your heart center. One more time, coming back up to warrior pose. You inhale as you move the left hand over the thigh, bending back. Return to the center, exhale as you twist to your right, draw your belly in, pushing the palms down, and rotating the body. Coming back up again on the inhale, just maintain your legs. Now go to your eagle arms, you cross the left arm over your right and squeeze your chest muscles. Level your right elbow with your shoulders and try to squeeze your chest, expanding the back. You inhale, just keep the legs. On your exhale, you hinge from your right hip, moving the forearms down on the floor. If you cannot touch the forearms down, it's okay. You just have to go as low as you can without forcing the hip. So breathing in and breathing out. Inhale and then exhale. Now unravel the arms as you take your palms to the floor. And then you step your right foot backward, knees down on your all fours. You take the forearms on the floor. So the forearms are like number 11. Elbows below your shoulders, and then you step your legs backward to your dolphin plank. So pushing the floor, stretching your shoulder blades apart, and then pulling yourself up to your dolphin. Walk the feet closer to your elbows as you keep your forearms pressing the floor. Look forward. And then again, going back to your dolphin. So don't collapse your shoulders. Continue pulling your shoulder blades apart. Level the hip and your shoulders as you keep the back body straight. Going back or going forward to your dolphin. So push your hip up and back. Return to your dolphin plank. And then last one, walk your hip or walk the feet closer to your hands, keeping the hip as high as you can, keeping the back straight. And then you lower your knees down, pulling the hips backward to your child pose, but this time your palms are together, pointing upward to the ceiling, and you're pulling your chest down. You adjust the knees again, wide apart, for the body to go in between your thigh bones. Continue pulling your hip back as you press the elbows down on the floor. And then release your hands on the floor, walk them back as you lift your chest upright. And then you take your hands backward behind your toes with your fingers pointing outward, squeezing on your shoulders and lifting your chest. Then press the feet to elevate the hip. Again, look backward or just look to the ceiling. Then you lower your hip. Take your palms to the floor. Re-extend the legs backward to your plank. Then go down slowly to your half plank. Pushing your hip down, lifting the chest and pressing the feet against the floor. Going back to your down dog and stay here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So take one more breath. Now you look forward and walk to the top of your mat. Lift the chest. Inhale. On the exhale, bend forward. Inhale, you lift the chest, arms up, stand straight, pressing the feet, extending the arms, and exhale, hands down. So again, take your strap with your left hand. Then extend the arm up, bend the elbow, hold your strap. Or you can have your fingers together if you're more mobile on your shoulders. Or if you have no strap, then you can hold the opposite end of your shirt. You broaden your chest, inhale, keeping the spine straight, hinge from the hip, then exhale, bend forward. So bending as low as you can by squeezing the muscles of your hip flexors. Now you lift your chest as you bend the legs and step your right foot backward. Lifting your chest and bending the left knee. Track it over your heel. Then bend backward. Inhale. Exhale, hip lower. So 3 breaths here. Continue activating the mid-spine, the muscles of your mid-back body. Now straighten both legs. Step your right foot an inch or two forward and try to balance your hip. You extend your spine and exhale, you bend forward. Then roll from the left hip bone. Move your head as low as you can, keeping the length of the trunk. Continue breathing, deep and slow. Now you release, lifting your chest up, bending the left leg, readjust your foot, and then letting go of your strap, bringing the arms over the head. Extend through your waist, then turn your right arm bone out and down and bend backward. Inhale. On your exhale, bring the right arm up, twist to the left, and cross your right upper arm against the left thigh, squeezing your palms toward the center of your chest. Coming back up again to Warrior Pose 1. Breathe in as you arch the spine, right hand over the thigh, bend. Breathe out as you go back to the center, spin the body to the left, pushing the palms downward to the center of your chest. One more time, inhaling, coming up, so still keeping the legs strong and steady. Exhaling, take your palms together, spiral the body to the left, draw your abdomen in. And then coming up to Warrior Pose 1. Then cross your left arm over your right, eagle arms. Inhale, level your shoulders or the elbows with your shoulders. Exhale, hinge from the left hip and take the forearms down on the floor. Or you just go as low as you can. Continue pushing down through your right foot, hugging the left leg in. Now release your palms to the floor, step that left leg backward to your plank position. Take your knees down for a moment and have your forearms on the floor like number 11, aligning your elbows with your shoulders. Then straighten the legs backward to dolphin plank. Activate your belly, don't collapse your shoulders, so continue pushing the floor until you feel your chest muscles. Walk the feet forward and lift the hip. Pull your shoulders and the hip back by pushing the forearms, dolphin pose. Going back to your dolphin plank, we'll be doing these 3 rounds. Going forward, your dolphin, lifting the hip, strong shoulders. Last one, dolphin plank. Keep the whole body steady. Go forward to dolphin. Have your knees down on the floor, a little wider than your hip, toes together. Go down to your child pose, pulling your hip down and back to stretch the sides of the body. Palms together, point your elbows, point your palms up over the head, and press your chest down to feel the stretch of your lats, your ribs, so increasing the mobility or range of motion of your shoulders. Have your palms on the floor, walk towards the knees. Have your knees together. Again, palms backward, lean backward and rotate your arm bones outward, squeezing your shoulder blades together, bringing the chest up, then press the feet to lift the hip. Navel in as you go higher. Now lower your hips, come up and stand on your knees. Have your knees hip distance wide. Hands on your waist and draw your elbows in, extending your hip bone down to the floor. Then reach the left heel with your left hand. Reach the right heel with your right hand. Pushing your chest up, the ribs up. Pushing the hip bone forward and extend your sit bones down. Continue stretching your chest muscles. And then you lower the hip. Have your knees together. And then interlace the fingers behind the hips. Squeeze your shoulders, broaden your chest. Inhale, on the exhale. Aim to touch the forehead on your knees or just move your forehead as close as possible to your knees. Top of the head down, lifting the hip. So pressing the crown of the head on the floor, lift the arms away from the body. Inhaling, coming up, roll the spine vertebra by vertebra. Palms on the floor now, walk the hands forward, straighten the legs backward to plank. Going down slowly to half plank. Coming up, inhale to your up dog. And exhale, return to your down dog. So then press the palms, ground your feet, elongate through the sides of the body, and continue stretching the calf muscles and hamstrings. Look forward, fold the knees, and go to the top of the mat. Inhale, open out your chest. Exhale, bend over. Inhale, lifting yourself up. Hands extending upward. Exhale, hands down. Again, relax. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look forward, flat back. Bend the legs, exhale, lower down to your half plank. Coming back up. Pushing your chest as high as you can, pressing down through the thigh bones and the hip bone. Exhale. Return to your down dog. And then have your knees down on the floor. Swing the heels to the side, sit on your mat and extend the legs forward. Now face the long side of your mat and open the legs as wide as you can. You take your strap and you strap your right foot. So you take your left hand to the side, turn your arm bone inward and move your hand around the waist. And you take the strap. You bend the leg first as you take the strap. And then see if you can straighten the leg. As you straighten the leg, the strap will pull the arm and you will stretch the left chest and the shoulder more. Broaden your chest and then take your big toe with your right hand. Turning your body completely to the left as you fold laterally. So go as low as you can. As you lower, you can shorten the strap by moving your hand towards the foot or closer to your foot. Breathe and let your chest expand. And then letting go of your strap, letting go of your foot. Take the strap towards the left leg. Again, you fold that leg a little bit. Reach your right hand out, turn your arm bone in and see if you can grab hold of the strap. Push the leg to pull, for the leg to pull the arm, and continue squeezing your shoulder by turning your right arm or the right shoulder backward. Grab hold of the foot with your left hand. Open your chest, inhale. Then exhale, you pull yourself down. So inch by inch movement and breath by breath. Now you let go of your strap and the foot. Reach the arms over the head, inhale. Then on your exhale, bend forward between the legs and walk your hands forward. And just drop your forearms down, chest extending forward. And continue rolling the hip bone forward. And then lift your chest up. And then here have your legs together. Pull your glutes or walk your sit bones backward. Again, flex your back to open your chest. Have your strap again behind your hip and hands as wide as your shoulders. Squeeze in your shoulders, pushing the arms backward as high as you can. Lifting the ribs and exhale, squeeze through the hip crease, extending the head forward. So continue pushing your arms as high as you can, rolling your arm bones outward. And then lifting your chest, releasing the strap. So going down, move your hip forward and extend the legs to the front as you roll the spine down on the floor. Now take a few breaths here to release the tensions or any discomfort on the body. Now you bend the legs, feet close to your hips, toes pointing forward, and then press down through your feet to lift the hip up. Move your shoulders in, and then take your hands on the hip. Push the hip as high as you can. Then again, readjust your elbows. Now staying here. Breathe. And then lift the right leg up. So you can point your toe or flex the foot. Keep the left leg strong. Then lower your right foot. Lift the left leg up. And then lower your left foot. Release the hip for a moment. Hands beside the body and just take your knees together. Okay, just to lengthen the lower back. And going back to your bridge pose, lifting the hip. And let's see if you can lift both legs up. Again, fix your shoulders. Move your elbows as close as possible toward the midline. And then see if you can lift your legs. So from here, you lower the legs over the head towards the floor. So careful not to hurt your back. In case you cannot drop your feet down, so it's fine. You just have to hang your legs. So if you're tight on your back muscles and hamstring, you cannot touch the feet on the floor. So others, you go all the way down. So this is your plow pose. Make sure to feel the neck and the shoulders. If they're not okay with this pose, just go down. Let go of the pose. So here the feet touches the floor. So two options, you can keep the pose or you can interlace the fingers and push the elbows down. So activate your hip, your shoulders, lift your hip as high as you can. The next option is to bend the knees. Move your knees down towards the shoulders while you keep your arms. Just keep the natural flow of your breath. So two more poses here. Straighten the legs. Extend your hands to the toes. Reach the toes. And have your feet as wide as you can for the final version of this pose. So bring your legs together and just roll down vertebra by vertebra. Taking the hip down on the floor, extending the legs forward, hands on your sides. Just adjust your body in case you feel any discomfort, any tension. Maybe you can move your head left to right, or press your shoulders down, or extend the hips forward. And now let's do a counter stretch of that pose. So lie on your belly, just turn around facing the mat. And you fold the legs, reaching the ankles with your hands. So in case you cannot do this pose, when you pull your heels and you feel the knees begins to hurt, then you just have to let go of your legs and take your palms together, lace the fingers, your fingers this way. So if you're okay with your knees as you hold your heels, then maintain this one. Shoulders in, lift the ribs, look forward, extend the neck or the front of the neck. Then pull your knees up. Pressing the pubic bone down. Go as high as you can, stretching the chest. Now you lower, let your feet go, and then relax your shoulders, turn the head to one side. So we'll do that one more time, so fully stretch the entire front of the body. So bend the legs, so see if you can go a little higher, but not too much. When you feel pain on the back, that means you've gone too far, so you have to back off. Now lift the ribs, the chest, Legs as high as you can. And release the pose on your exhale. Drop your feet and again turn around, lie on your back. Next, you hug your knees to your chest. Pull the thigh bones down and stay here for a few breaths. Pressing the whole back body against the floor. Now you figure for your right leg. Hug the left leg and pull your thigh down. So grounding your shoulders, pressing the spine on the floor, stretching the right hip. Now release your left foot down, walk it towards the left side of the mat. Drop your knees down on the floor without turning the hip. So pull the left hip bone down on the floor. Now release the pose again, hug your knees down to your chest, figure for the left leg. Pull your right thigh down to your chest, ground your shoulders, lengthen the whole back body. Lower your right foot on the floor, take your right leg down to, or out to the right and drop your knees down on the floor, pulling your right hip bone down to the mat. And then bring your legs up. For the final time, hug your knees to your chest. Hold the edges of your feet, knees apart, and pull your legs side to side. Last and final pose, extend the legs forward, feet apart, and drop your hands beside the body. Again, let us relax physically and mentally.